Hi, and welcome to our 2002 year in review. We're so happy to share this information with you guys. We had a fantastic 2002.
Super awesome
And
2002.
we want to share some of the great things that happened in this past year. And then we want to talk a little bit about what we want to accomplish in 2023. Right. And so my name is Nicole, and I am the mom of this awesome girl sitting next to me. Why don't you tell them who you are?
I'm Chloe. This is my mom, and I'm 9 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm turning 10 2023, so I'm super excited about that.
Yeah. Why are you so excited about turning 10? Tell me about that.
I know, it just seems like a really big milestone. It does in my school, I think.
It does what?
I think it is a big milestone in my school.
Yeah. So why don't you start us off by telling us what one of your favorite things was that happened in 2022?
Probably there's so many good things.
Yeah, start with one.
I started writing, and I'm super excited about that, making progress on that.
Yeah.
And then I started making projects on a program called Wequal, so I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
I've already created 8 projects.
That's a lot. Okay, so tell me a little bit about Wequal and the difference between when you first started that first project where you were probably really nervous compared to, the demo that you did this morning on your 8th project. What was the difference between those?
I needed a lot less help.
Mm-hmm.
I also was way more excited because at the beginning I was like, projects, even time projects, because usually you need to create like 1 project a week.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, but now I'm super excited about it. So
good.
Yeah.
So would you say that your confidence increased?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I don't have so much of stage fright anymore.
Oh, very good.
Although it's more like Zoom fright than stage fright.
Zoom fright.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. All right. And so what else went really, really well in 2022?
Well, we moved.
We did.
And that was super exciting. But we spent like an entire month sleeping on the couch.
That was a big move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What state did we move from?
California, and then we moved to Nevada, where we are now.
That's right.
We moved across the entire state.
Yes.
That was a lot.
And why did it take so long? Why did it take a whole month? What were we doing in that whole time? Did it take a whole month to actually move?
No, we were packing.
We're packing.
That was so boring. But it
needed to be done.
Yeah, I kind of think about. I kind of think back on that.
Yeah.
The whole point of this, and I'm like, did me having so many stuffies and possessions really be so necessary?
Yeah, that's a kind of an interesting question.
I had to like get my 2 biggest stuffy dogs and just like stuff it into the car with me.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way you set up your room in this new house was different than how your room was before.
And we're still moving because I need to get some shelves up in my new room.
Well, we're still settling in a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you kind of thought to yourself, gosh, I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff that I need to pack. And do you feel like you've simplified a little bit?
Kind of, but the funny thing is, I discovered that I still had the same books from when I was 3.
Yeah, you had a lot of that stuff, and that's okay. We just packed those away, right?
I just couldn't bear to throw them away.
Yeah, no, we're gonna keep those. Yeah. So, what else happened in 2022 besides your new project-based homeschool program and the fact that we moved? What else happened that you really loved and really enjoyed?
Probably one of the biggest things, actually. I mentioned this earlier, but probably my writing.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that. I'm super curious about that.
I'm on my second chapter, and I'm only
Mhm.
working on one currently. And my dad is a writer too, so he's providing excellent suggestions.
Yeah.
And I haven't been making much progress on it lately because I'm so busy
Yeah.
for a kid.
But what happened? Because at this time last year, you were not a big writer. And in fact, it was kind of like twisting your arm to write. So, what happened between then and today when you are crazy excited about writing?
Yeah. I think the twisting my arm part probably probably didn't go away. That was and actually, if you think about it, that was technically only cursive. And I really like. Remember, I really liked the assignment of writing funny sentences.
Yeah, we found
But I think
different
it's
ways to get you interested in writing,
yeah.
right?
And then
Mm-hmm.
well, it's online, so that's an
Mm-hmm.
added bonus. I really like that. And
Yeah,
then and technically the twisting my arm part was mostly in cursive.
mostly in cursive.
Yeah.
Cursive is not your favorite thing.
Mm-mm.
No, but
We
you
don't do it
do
anymore.
know how to write all your cursive letters.
Yes.
And when you do it, you do it very, very well. And so once you proved to me that you had command and mastery
Yeah.
of cursive and that you could do it well, you know what?
There's still
I'm like,
cursive letters
if
on
it's
the
not your
board.
favorite thing to do, that's okay. We can move on to something else, right?
Like writing a novel.
Like writing a novel.
So
This is
excited.
super ambitious.
And aren't you writing your own book?
I have a draft. I have a draft.
Yeah, I can help you on that.
Oh,
And
thank
then
you.
so that's kind of funny. So dad's writing a novel. You're
Yeah.
half writing a novel.
It's
Now
not a
I'm
novel, it's nonfiction, but
yeah,
yes.
but you're writing a book.
A book,
And
right.
then I'm writing, dad's writing, you're writing, Papa's writing.
Yeah. We
Papa,
have
my
a
grandfather,
a
whatever.
family of writers, right?
So excited.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit to 2023. I'm super curious. Oh, did you have more in 2022? Well, tell me.
No. It was actually on the subject of Ryan, by the way.
Yeah.
Baba's book should be out in April or May. So I'm super excited.
Okay.
Also, my
That's
birthday's
awesome.
in April, so
Your birthday's in April. And what age are you turning in April? 10.
So excited.
Yeah. Or do you think you're going to feel different?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
really?
it's actually a lot of resting on January 1.
A lot of
of change.
Oh my. Okay. Sounds good. Well, tell me a little bit. Give us a little taste of what is going to be changing for you in 2023.
I guess. Well, I guess I'll become more responsible. That's my goal.
Okay.
But that's generally how the entire thing's centered. After all, I am turning 10. And that's
After all, yeah.
And for me,
Okay.
it's kind of like the responsible age.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm actually really nervous.
Yeah.
And January 1 is the day after tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Tell me what the nervousness is about. Why are you nervous about turning 10 and, accepting more responsibility?
Because I've tried to do little itty bits of that responsibility before. Actually, I did it today by trying to only to have 2 snacks, but failed. That mint was too delicious.
Okay.
You can I didn't manage
but you could, just to be clear, I mean, you can have as many snacks as you like as long as they're healthy,
but
sugary snacks. Okay. Trying to rein in sugary snacks.
And Nana keeps giving me more as that
I know. Well,
yeah,
that's the role of a Nana, right? Give you treats.
McDonald's every day at lunch at her house.
Okay, we're going to cut that part out. Okay, so tell me what else is super exciting in your future in the next 12 months.
Oh well, I have another comment to add to that
Okay.
responsibility because
Yeah.
I tried to do like a little bit of that responsibility before, but that didn't really succeed. So
How didn't it succeed? I
like
think you
I did
had huge strides in responsibility in the last year.
well yeah, but it wasn't like a plan to directly take that responsibility, but it's probably just because how the year went that I just accepted more responsibility.
That's right.
Because
And that's
I did
fine.
more things, accepted
Mhm.
more responsibility, and that I just got better at handling it.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. That's exactly the progression that we're looking for, right?
Yeah.
And so,
So,
yeah,
but
I think that went
yeah,
very, very well, actually.
yeah,
I
but
think you are like maybe twice as responsible, 3 times more responsible than you were this time last year.
okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but it's just so much responsibility lies on 2023, and I'm not sure. Even though
Mhm.
I have a lot, even though a lot of motivation
Yeah,
has been building up ever since we moved,
yeah.
um, it's just I don't think I'm just worried that the motivation might not last
Oh,
to get me
yes.
through.
Well, we talked about this a little bit. Remember the difference between inspiration and feeling motivated versus what? What does James Clear talk about in Atomic Habits?
Oh, little 1% improvements.
That's right. Habits,
Oh,
right?
habits.
Systems,
Process.
process. Very good.
Like
And
Dad says.
yeah, and if you focus on process, you don't actually need to rely on motivation always being there because you have discipline, right?
Yeah, and you actually enjoy the process more than the outcome. Since you're like
Exactly. That's
because
right.
you can't always have outcome,
Yeah,
but if you keep going, then you can always have process.
that's
So you're
right.
always happy,
If you
like
find
me.
if you find a process that you really enjoy, right?
Yeah.
Like your Weequel projects and like practicing the things and participating in the things that you really enjoy,
Yeah.
magically what happens at the end of the year around your goals?
You accomplish them?
You accomplish
Yeah,
them.
because if you keep working toward them, you enjoy the process, you want to do more and more and more of the process, then you accomplish your goal super fast.
Super fast, right? Before you know it, it's like, oh, look at that.
And
I
then
accomplished the thing that I wanted, right?
and then yeah, because the
Yeah.
outcome is kind of like a bonus, and they'll be like,
That's
okay,
right.
start another thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. So, what else are you excited about or focusing on in 2023?
Well, I want to do more writing, obviously.
Yes.
And then meditation, actually. That's a good example. I really want to do meditation.
So tell me about that. What's the big deal about meditation?
I think it'll help me become more responsible, actually, calm me down a little.
Oh, okay. Are you overly excited?
Well, I'm not sure that there's anything called overly exciting in this if you accept in the business mood, which I don't have much of since I'm a 9-year-old.
So how do you plan on using meditation? How do you think that that is going to help you become more responsible, do you think?
Well, it will help me calm me down. It might actually help me manage my emotions, which is very important for responsibility, I think.
Yeah. So tell me more about that. Like, what kinds of emotions do you want to be able to calm or get more control of?
Anger. Believe it or not, I'm angry sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sadness would actually be a good thing. I want to practice more gratitude, actually.
That's very good.
Although I'm very grateful.
Yeah. You absolutely are. So you think meditation will bring in the more positive emotions and help you release some of the more
It'll
negative
it'll
ones,
help
right?
me learn discipline,
Discipline.
which is
Meditation is great for discipline.
yeah, and and I'll need and I'll need discipline
Mhm.
for responsibility, and meditation can help with discipline. So practically, that leads me to our earlier
I
statement.
gotcha.
I need meditation for responsibility.
I love it. I love it. You just connected the dots for me. That's wonderful. Now, do you know what kind of meditation that you'll be practicing in the next year?
Probably. I really hope to do guided meditation, so we need to plan on that because I want you to
Okay.
be my
Oh, really?
guider.
Awesome. I'm
And
happy to
then
be a guide.
as you're since you're not well when you're like more free, but
Uh-huh.
and yeah, mantra meditation, which is basically where you repeat like a positive phrase. I actually did a weekly project on
You
meditation,
did.
and that's what
right.
motivated me to do
I love it.
meditation.
I love
So
it.
yeah, I tried to do that, and that's another one of the things that are like didn't manage to do that. Oof.
That's okay because you're learning process.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
going to get better at that over
Yeah.
time. Okay, awesome. So meditation, you're turning 10, more writing. What else have you got for us?
I want to learn how to code.
Code.
Yeah.
Why? What's the big deal about coding?
Well, just because AI and actually learning about AI is another thing I want to do, but that's a different subject.
Okay.
Well, sort of. But
Okay.
AI is just becoming such a big part of our lives.
Mhm.
Like I spend 3/4 of my day staring at a computer.
But not all computer stuff is AI.
Yeah. Good
So
point,
what is it about coding that got you
Oh, yeah.
initially interested?
It's just again, AI is just such a big part of our life now
Mhm.
that it'll just be because I want to influence people, and coding will help me gain some control over AI, and that to an extent means gaining some control, some influence on on people's lives.
Right. And how do you want to influence other people?
Well, once I become an entrepreneur and investor, I want to make them buy them.
Okay, sure.
When I'm an investor, I want to make them have them about how I want them to tell me about their company,
Right.
so I can make decisions.
Sure.
With
So
my brain.
coding is the first step in getting involved in AI applications, right? So you're
Yeah.
going to be starting with simple coding and just learning the ropes and what's involved and learning a different coding languages.
Yeah.
And then over time, as you build apps.
So yeah, I got
like
built 2 apps.
You already have 2 ideas for new apps.
And that's why I need to learn to code so I can build those apps.
Very good. And then once you master that, you may be able to get involved in the types of coding that that have AI aspects to them, right? Okay. Yeah. Very cool. So what else is on your list? Anything else? That's already super ambitious.
Oh yeah. Well, there's like 2 or 3 other things.
Okay.
Like I mentioned earlier, I wanted to be an investor, so I want to start investing now because I like to be making money while I'm asleep. So I think because of the war, Russia isn't producing much fertilizer, and Russia's a major exporter of fertilizer. So I guess it would be really smart to invest in a fertilizer company.
Okay. Well, that's definitely on our radar, so we can look into that. That's awesome. And so what else is on your 2023 list?
So I'm shooting my bow, so I want to get more.
Wow, that's right.
I want to get more regular with that.
Yeah. Well,
that's actually every other day.
That's actually something new for 2022? Like you didn't shoot a bow and arrow before that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last thing,
okay.
besides like turning 10 and all that, is actually there's actually two more things actually
Okay.
that I didn't discuss.
Tell us.
Three if you count AI, but
Okay.
Baking, because I want to learn how to bake. You could
Oh,
teach me that.
I would love to teach you.
Mom is an excellent cooker.
Thank you.
She
But
made
yes,
prime rib for Christmas. It's delicious.
it was good. Yes.
Yeah.
And baking is one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
I am also still mastering baking,
Yeah.
and learning
But
new
Mom-
techniques is on my radar for 2023. So I
Oh,
can
yeah.
bring you along with that.
Yeah, and also this might dig into your how you learned 2022, but
Yeah.
Mom learned how to make a crust, and it's absolutely delicious.
I found my favorite pie crust recipes. I'm very happy about that.
Remember that blueberry pie with the crust
Yeah.
you made? Oh wow, my
It's
mouth is
good.
watering just thinking about it.
It's
But,
good. Yeah.
And then I want to do Legos, and there's actually a Lego house that we're making over there.
Legos. So tell me, that's for a long time you didn't do a lot with Legos.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to kind of return to that? What is it
Well,
about Legos that you love so much?
You actually remind me because I'm still doing Legos. It's just
Yeah.
like Harry Potter Lego sets.
Right.
Where there's like a set of instructions, and you're like, hey, what about those other random bits of Legos? The giant yellow box of random
just
Legos.
random
And I was
pieces,
like,
right?
oh yeah, because I had to destroy my precious Lego house
Mhm.
that I made without set instructions during the
Mhm.
move because I had no place to put it. It was just too delicate. And then we're building a house right over
Yeah.
there.
Well, and
And
that's
it's
the
so
nice
awesome.
thing about Legos, right? If
Yeah.
it gets all torn up and messed up,
Yeah, you can
what can you do? What can you do as after that?
you can just build another one.
Build another one. Totally.
Yeah, you
And
can actually, if you really memorize it, or if you make a sketch of it, or a
mhm,
set of instructions for it, even better.
even
But,
better.
you could actually you could recraft that.
You could, but you have so many ideas in that brain of yours that every time you go and do a new Lego project, it turns into something totally different, totally creative,
Yeah.
probably even bigger and better than the last thing you
Yeah, and
created.
also I didn't completely tear my house apart
Yeah.
bit by bit. Like I found this little flying thing.
Yeah.
Also found a card that I made, and I
Yeah.
recrafted that because it was way too big.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
That's
Mom-
awesome.
In fact, I was so obsessed with Legos that the only thing Mom did was help me find pieces for the wall and build a tiny greenhouse.
I was supporting your vision.
yeah. But she did build a greenhouse.
I did build a little greenhouse for your house.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Well,
we're getting off topic
sounds
here.
no, that's great. It sounds like 2023 is going to be great for you, and
Yeah,
I am
should we-
crazy excited.
Should we
I
talk-
can't wait.
Should we talk more about AI? Because that's actually one of the things that I'm more excited about.
Tell me what you're excited about. A lot of people have mixed feelings about AI, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me why you're excited about it.
Like I said, like 2 times before,
Mhm.
for 2 or 3 times before that, it's like we're spending so much time with it that
Mhm.
I was kind of thinking like, why not start learning about now? And also you have like your companies are kind of crafted around AI. And I was
Mhm.
like, and pictures of AI are so cool. I mean,
Right.
those robots.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I really want to learn about that. It's very closely connected with the coding thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, learning some coding language is a stepping stone for you.
yeah.
AI is definitely a part of our future. So
Yeah.
the more you know about it, the more you can engage with AI in responsible ways, right?
And it
Rather
has
than
two of my favorite colors associated with it, blue and white.
how are blue and white
I
associated
don't
with
know.
AI?
I mean, like a really high tech robot. Or
Oh,
like,
are always blue and white?
yeah, like in the movies. And the
Okay.
picture I
Okay.
had on my vision board to
Oh,
represent that. So yeah, we
right.
created vision
That's
boards.
so awesome. Well, that's wonderful. So thank you so much for sharing all of that,
Okay.
both the 2002 in review,
Yeah.
as well as what you want to do in 2023.
So your turn.
My turn. Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's go to a different video for that. This one is running a little bit long, so we'll wrap it up here and say good luck. And we're super excited and we're all rooting for you, Chloe.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Bye.